Just what kind of a demon is he?
Welcome to Blue Collar Beer Snob. I'm Pastor X, and this is my guest,
Sister Leviticus. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, the call-in show is... Have you ever seen your parents have sex?
Good God.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They're doing it. Well, there's two kids, so my mom and dad only had sex twice.
My parents have never had sex, so I wouldn't see it.
In older cultures, that was the norm because people couldn't afford living in houses where every room was you know what I mean?
Right.
I've read some like cultural anthropologists say it actually could be like sex education for your child.
Oh boy.
But I think it depends on the culture you're in as to how it registers because a lot of serial killers, that's their issue. They hate women, and why many of them, several of them I'll say, their moms had them watch while they were...
Well, that's different than living in certain cultures where everybody's in the same room now.
Why are you sticking up for the serial killer?
I'm not sticking up for I'm sticking up for the other cultures.
Serial killers are wrong.
I'm not sticking up for them. I'm sticking up for the cultures where people live in the same room. Serial killers are not coming from those kind of cultures. But you hope that the parents waited till the kids went to sleep.
Yeah, but what if the kid's a light sleeper?
Okay.
We need to take a caller here. I got to get the one.
Hey, Pastor X. I caught my mom doing it. Can you give me some steps to help me out over here?
That's easy.
What would that be?
Just go to Home Depot, get a few boxes, pack your shit, and move out of the house so you don't see your mother doing it.
No.
You're a grown-ass man.
If I was him, I would start sleeping with his mom. It might work. I'm not sure if it'll work. Sister Leviticus says pack up and move the hell out.
Yeah.
And Pastor X says you should start sleeping in the same bed with your mom, and that will prevent her from having relations with other men. She'll be too embarrassed.
Why are you punishing the woman? Why can't
fine.
mom get it on?
She can, but
Because
not in front of her damn kid.
Like, well, then he needs to move out.
How do you know he's a weirdo?
Why are you deciding with the guy?
Why are you deciding with the mom?
Because it's her life.
And it's his life.
If she wants to get it on, she should be able to get it on in her own house.
Well, if he wants to watch his mom get it on, he should be able to watch his mom get it on.
How come you're not asking anybody, like, if they saw their dad having sex?
Because that's normal. You're supposed to.
You're supposed to see your dad having sex.
Yeah, that means he's a stud.
So who's your dad having sex with?
With whoever the fuck he wants.
If it's not your mom.
West Side. Players gotta play. You should know that by now. Players gotta play. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. A woman can't be a player too?
No, come on. Who wants to marry a whore? You're not being humble right now, so I'm going to take another call because you don't.
I never did say.
You lack humility.
I never did say I'm here for humility.
Well, that's the problem.
It's not a problem.
Yes, it is.
Why is it a problem?
Next caller.
Pastor X.
Yes.
Thank you for your incredible wisdom and insight and inspiration.
I agree.
And I thank you for this show. There's something I need to talk about here. I caught my mom and dad one night, and well, let's see, how do I describe it? I was like 7, and I heard some noise, and I opened the bedroom door, and there they were, going at it, and my dad was wearing a cowboy hat, and if I see anybody with a cowboy hat, I pissed my pants, and I start to cry.
So...
That's awkward.
It's...
Super awkward.
I would say don't watch any more Westerns. And that's okay. Maybe...
don't go to Texas?
Don't go to Texas. Get a pony and slowly acclimate yourself to the whole idea of riding a horse. You know, in fact,
I think
this
that-
guy probably has to be careful about that. Bestiality is wrong. That's what I would tell this dude right here, right now. Even if the sheep is wearing a cowboy hat, it's still wrong.
I think what he should do is write all his feelings in a piece of paper, put them
Okay.
inside a cowboy hat, and burn them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sister
problem
Leviticus.
solved. I had a similar situation. I caught my cat masturbating.
That was
It
tough.
was
That's
awkward.
tough. Yeah.
It was awkward, and I just tried to
Awkward.
I tried to act cool about it.
Right.
We've never talked about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got another
Have a
call,
caller.
so let's
tell
just
people.
let's just go to
stop
the
talking
next
about
call.
ourselves.
Hey, thanks.
No problem.
I had jungle fever when I was a kid, but back in my day, they would teach us if you had jungle fever, you were gonna burn in hell. But that young lady next to you, Pastor X, I think I'm
That's
catching
cool.
jungle fever for her. So I even wrote a song. Jungle booty, jungle booty, been long time, make me so horny.
That was a fucking compliment. No matter what somebody says, it's not good enough.
All right, and women are supposed to accept every compliment.
God, see, and that's the thing. No, what
This is an anti-woman show, people. Right.
this shows a healing journey, and so he wrote you a fucking song, and all you have to
I
say
know
is,
I should be grateful, right?
no, you don't have to be, but you could be polite and say, hey, thanks, I'm
Why
not
do I
interested.
have to be polite?
Because it's
Why
just
do women have to be polite?
not because you're a woman, but God,
be
you got a
polite.
chip on your.
Women, do not be polite.
You need to read my book on humility. You could really use that book. How I became humble.
Can you spell it for me?